اسکوبار، تحلیلگر و روزنامه نگار بین المللی برزیلی با استناد به سخنان اخیر وزیر اطلاعات ایران اسماعیل خطیب فاش می‌کند 50 سازمان اطلاعاتی خارجی در جنگ 12 روزه اسرائیل علیه ایران دخیل بودند. این یعنی ایران نه فقط با اسرائیل و آمریکا بلکه با کل ناتو و بیشتر کشورهای عربی در حال جنگ بود. دو کشور همسایه ایران یعنی ترکیه و آذربایجان نیز در این جنگ 12 روزه نقش برجسته و کلیدی داشتند. پهپادهای اولیه از خاک آذربایجان شلیک می‌شدند و ترکیه نیز آماده مداخله نظامی بود. اسکوبار به کمکهای روسیه به ایران در جریان جنگ 12 روزه نیز اشاره می‌کند و ماجرای سفر اخیر علیه لاریجانی به مسکو و تبادل نامه‌ها بین رهبر ایران و رئیس جمهور روسیه را موضوعی بسیار بسیار مهم تلقی می‌کند.
Very few people in the West know a guy called Ismail Khطیب. Do you know who Ismail Khطیب is?
No.
And he was appointed by former President Raisi. So he is one of the top guys of the Raisi circle, which had nothing to do with the current, I would say, candidate for lame duck, President Pezeshkian. This guy Khطیب is the Iranian Minister of Intelligence. Do you know what he said a few days ago? I have the tape here, but it's in Farsi, and I had some friends translate it to me. Basically, he says in fact, it's a 5-minute excerpt, was only broadcast in Iran. He says that 50, and I repeat, 50 foreign intelligence agencies helped Israel during the 12-day war on Iran. This is enormous, and the consequences, and of course, the Iranians have a very, very long memory. According to Khطیب, once again, he said they carried out a full-scale hybrid war that tried to balkanize the country, and they were attempting regime change in Tehran. Well, it took a while for the Iranian Ministry of Intelligence to put all these pieces together. This is when Khطیب announced this in public, and it was broadcast all over Iran. So what can we conclude from all that? That the whole of NATO and most of the Arabs, if not all of the Arabs, were involved, and crucially, two neighbors of Iran were directly involved, Turkey and Azerbaijan. And the key point is Turkey, Azerbaijan. It's now confirmed in Iran that the drones that they were launched in the first 48 hours against Iran, guess where they were launched from? Azerbaijan. And there is another information which is very important. It's very difficult to confirm, but it makes sense. According to the Iranians, the Turks were ready that if Iran retaliated against Azerbaijan, the Turkish military would intervene directly.
What does all of this mean if Trump greenlights Netanyahu to begin bombing Iran and the U.S. helps? What does this mean for Iran's defenses and its responses against Israel and against U.S. troops in the region?
Well, this is why they learned a lot from the 12-day war. And they also learned a lot from the fact that they were caught basically staring at the headlights in the middle of the highway in the first 24 hours. And it took them at least less than 48 hours to recover. They had help. I think we discussed this before. They had underground Russian help to restore their grid and their information grid, especially. This is all that we know in terms of direct Russian help. We still don't know if Russia supplied more. And that brings us to an exchange of letters, Judge, very, very important in the past few days. Ali Larijani, from the Supreme Security Council in Iran, he went personally to meet Putin in Moscow, carrying a personal letter from Ayatollah Khamenei.
Wow.
And guess what happened 2 days later? He came back to Tehran carrying a personal letter from Vladimir Putin to Ayatollah Khamenei. So this means that they are discussing everything that we are talking now at the highest level.
All right. Now, I asked you earlier if Iran was prepared. I thought you said no, but is Iran prepared for war with Israel?
Now, yes.
سرچ مدیا